Today I'm holding my first guest live here on Instagram, and I'm very happy to join with Sutton. And while she arrives here, I will introduce her to you so you can know who she is and why we are doing this together. So Sutton, I have my notes here. Sutton McCraney, I hope I'm saying the name right, is a wife and schooling mom of 4, and she's a veteran of the United States Air Force. She holds a master's degrees in Management and Entrepreneurship, and Sutton also is an expat who has been living in Morocco since 2019. So Sutton mentors moms who are looking to start their coaching business and sign clients without sacrificing time, family. So I will, let me see if I don't see her coming. Let me see if I need to add in another way, because this was the first time, it's the first time I'm bringing people here. In my last business, I made lives with other people, but it was a long time ago, and I don't know if things have changed or not. This can take a little bit. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Sutton. Let me
Hey, Andreia, how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I hope you can see me. It's kind of like dark in here. Baby, turn on the light. Okay. Turn it over there.
Yeah.
I'm in my children's classroom.
Yes, we are going to talk about that in a moment. Just let me put a little bit myself down. I just introduced you, and I want to go again because of the replay, so people don't get overwhelmed with that. So, do you want to tell a little bit about you?
So, as you know, my name is Sutton. I am the mom boss mentor for moms who are looking to really elevate their coaching business and sign clients without sacrificing family time.
Yes, so. And you are with your kids right there.
Yeah.
So tell me, how, I know that you recently became a mom again, and you took time off, and this can be a little bit. So, hi. Sometimes I feel that with one, I imagine with 4. So tell me, how are you managing business and motherhood?
You know what? It's really just about taking little pieces of time here and there. Like, I really focus on business tasks that are going to move me forward. I do not have time just for busy stuff, right? Like playing in Canva, working on websites. I don't have time for that. So my focus is those same daily actions that are going to move my bottom line. And I set a timer. And I strongly believe in, if it's not done, leave it till the next day. It'll be there. Everything will be okay. Nothing's going to fall apart in a day, be it business or family. And when it comes to my children, if they need something, they know that, okay, mom is doing something, right? But also I like to have them around me. So if I'm working on the computer, they're doing their schoolwork, we're together. And then when it's time to shut it down, I shut it down and spend time with them. So sounds easier said than done.
Yeah.
I know. And
I know.
It's always chaos, you know, no matter how hard I try. But yeah, you just take it one day at a time and give yourself that grace that you you are where you're supposed to be right now, and you are enough. You are enough, and what you're doing is enough as long as you are taking that intentional action.
That's so important. Good message here, because I know I'm talking about myself here. I'm a perfectionist. We are not perfectionists. We have the subject of perfection.
Yeah.
So I'm that kind of girl. And then many times nowadays, no. Nowadays I have a trick, so I use Canva less and less, and I can have things with my visuals I want. But that's so important. What you said about we are enough, and we put so much pressure in ourselves, and we are already so many things to put pressure on us, and we add more into it. So it was a great input you put there. You made a stop to, it was to have your youngest child?
Yes.
Or it was earlier?
No, it was to have this one right here, my son. So yeah, like I took 10 months off. It was already to the point, and this is why I can speak on like giving yourself grace and giving yourself that space, because I was at the point where I was burnt out, doing all the things, checking all those boxes that I'm, supposed to check. And everything just kind of happened at once, where I came to this realization, okay, something needs to give here. And then I also found out I was pregnant at the same time. So that was kind of like that, I don't want to call it an excuse, but that blessing, right, that I needed to say, okay, this time is for me and my family, figure out how I want to move forward.
That's the word. I confess I needed to Google about the difference from unschooling and homeschooling. And homeschooling itself, it takes hard work, and it gives some pressure and overwhelming to parents. But unschooling, it's more, you feel more pressure on it, or more free?
Well, I mean, as we know with business, there's mindset shifts, and with school or homeschooling versus traditional schooling versus unschooling, whatever you want to call it, it's the same type of thing. It really came down to me, right? How was I coming into the learning environment with my children? Do I want them to be on so-called grade level with their peers? Is that the most important thing? Or is their holistic education, their well-being, is that what is most important? So I really had to look at myself and what kind of expectations I was setting for me as a parent and for my children, and if that made sense in what we were trying to do.
Yes.
So from that, go ahead.
I was saying that I like that message, yes.
Yeah, and so what I found is I didn't even really know we were unschooling. I just noticed that my children had certain interests, and just go for that and let them explore it.
I like that.
So,
and that is so great, because we are told that we mostly in this world we need to find a good job and settle there, and whatever. And bringing that to kids from this age is so precious, because we at this age, we came, I don't know if you had a 9-to-5 job before.
Yes.
Yes.
In the military.
And
so 24/7, not just 9 to 5.
Okay, yes. I didn't know it was only that, or only or other thing, but we are told that we must have a career and go there, and we feel that if we are not happy with that, we need to keep with that thing.
Yeah.
And what you bring to your children is so good for them to search for what they like for in a younger age is so great. Tell me a thing. You are a coach for mothers. Were you already was that meet already or after this time of 10 minutes?
It was after. It was after, because before it was more broad, just focused on women, starting their coaching or service-based businesses who were seeking that confidence boost, that was keeping them stuck, lacking confidence. And so that was a different space. And it wasn't a space that I necessarily enjoyed, because I noticed it's, and this is something good, for any ladies out there who are coaching to, really pay attention to. It was attracting clients that I didn't necessarily click with in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it to be very draining. And so that was, part of the reason that, I was feeling burnt out after everything. So it's really important to set those boundaries with your clients and, decide first and foremost, are you a savior to your clients, or are you empowering them? And what kind of people are you attracting to your world? Are you attracting people who are looking to fix their problems themselves and just need the guidance, or are they looking for you to fix them? And I think that's a huge distinction to make.
Very, very important. And I'm always saying that we need to be clear to whom we want to attract, and not the gender, the age, the social environment, because this is so service, right?
Yeah.
Because when we dig more and when we want to be in alignment with their beliefs, with their values, and all that thing that we don't see up front is so important, because our message it will be more clear and that people, and not the other ones that then will make us overwhelmed. Yes, that's so important. That's great.
Yeah, and I just wanted to elaborate on this, because something else that I realized while I was away is I was looking at, the coaching space now from the outside looking in. And I observed different things I didn't necessarily like. And so seeing that, I was kind of like, I don't know if I even want to go back, because I was so disgusted, and I had to have a check-in with myself. Was I doing that? Was I taking on these things? And is that the reason I felt I had to check all these boxes? So again, that's when I eventually did decide to come back, that I was going to do things differently, do things that actually made sense for me and what I wanted to achieve, instead of just, what we're supposed to be doing and, following the herd. Especially now when you have so many people entering the online space. Well, how is that going to work? And that's something, you help ladies with, is standing out, that visibility. How is it going to work if you're just blending in? It's not.
Yes. And you were telling about all the things that make you disgusting, and this also is very in alignment with me, because I was from 18 years in the fashion industry, and all the message the fashion industry sends, that looking good, first impressions, and in business also we have that. We need to make a good first impression. You need to look like that. So, and because of that, I went to become a professional image consultant. I went to become a professional business consultant because I didn't feel worthy to to show up online, among other things. But then when what I learned there, yes, we can improve our self image, but many times we don't need a total revamp and become a character. We can make simple tweaks that improve. Oh my gosh. Hello? Let me see. I think I'm here, right? Tell me if you see me. Tell me if you hear me, Sutton.
I hear you now and see you now. There was a little lag there.
Yes. It was me or you?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I thought it was maybe
Sometimes,
you. You never know.
Sometimes my internet. Okay. So let's continue. I was telling that I lost my thought.
You're saying it was just like a little tweaks that you need. It's not like a complete overhaul.
We just need to make little tweaks that will bring that confidence. We can use personal image and I don't want to say fashion, but because I never actually like it fashion and follow the trends, I like personal image and personal style. And once we understand what is our style that aligns with our essence, with our personality, and bring that to us, it will serve as a tool that actually will help us build our confidence and to show it. Tell me one thing. Now that you work more with moms, and according to your previous comments you had, do you feel a difference on moms on their confidence to show up on social media for their business?
From what I've seen, showing up is about the same, but I have noticed a difference in the drive, you know, and the motivation.
Which one do you feel more motivated?
I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said?
Which ones you feel more motivated, more driven to?
Moms.
Moms.
Yeah.
Because their whys are very related with their kids, right?
Yes. Particularly moms with younger children. Yeah.
And do you feel, I feel more and more, mostly after the pandemic. I don't know if we can.
You already said it now.
Okay, but after it, I feel that more and more moms, after experiencing being working at home, I have this feeling that more and more moms want to be at home, working at home, and starting their business. Do you feel that it was after that event, or?
You know what? And I can speak on this from personal experience and other moms that I've talked to who've like been in, you know, the corporate space. I think there's always been moms who wanted to do it a different way. But societal pressures and, you know, again, that box checking, what we're supposed to do, what our lives are supposed to look like now, there wasn't permission for that. So the pandemic was kind of like a segue, like, okay, everybody's at home anyway, we're working remotely. And then it's like, well, if I'm here, I'm working from home, why can't I work from home for myself? And add to that, all of these huge layoffs we're seeing. So now people who are paying attention to this, they're aware, they're like, wait a minute, that job they said that was secure is really not secure. And I can get a pink slip any day and I'm replaceable when I'm working on somebody else's dream. When I'm working on my dream, it's me. I'm irreplaceable. So yeah, I've talked to women outside of the online space that I know personally, and it's like, oh, I wish I could just quit my job. But, you know, we have these bills, my husband can't carry it by himself. And so for some, like I said, it gave them that permission. But I think there's a lot of women that would like another way. that it's okay. It's okay if you want to stay at home. It's okay if you don't. But we haven't had that conversation because everything is so career focused, right? I'm about to get on my soapbox here, if that's okay, Andreia.
Yes, yes, totally.
Careers and industries that, I'll be quite frank, I was in the military for almost 10 years. That is not a place for a woman who is a mother. If it's a woman who doesn't want to have children or wants to stay single, or if it's her and her partner, that's fine. That's going to be okay. But if it's a woman who is a mother, it's not going to work because that environment is not set up for that. And there's a lot of corporate jobs out there. No matter how much they try with maternity leave and, doing all these things, the environment is not for women. And that's not something you're supposed to say, but that's what it is. That's why you see women struggling to achieve that next step of leadership, because the definition of leadership in this corporate sector is not for women. Okay, you can talk all day about this so-called masculine and feminine energy, but at the end of the day, that corporate environment, which is still predominantly dominated by men, a woman comes in, it's a completely different ball game. And so her navigating that, she's going to have to change who she is. And I know this for a fact because there are coaches out there who teach corporate women how to be feminine, because they've been in this corporate rat race for so long, it's destroyed their relationships. And so now they're trying to get back in touch what it is to be a woman. I don't know if I can say that, but back in touch to what that is, so they can find love, so they can, connect with other female friends. Yes. So my point is, there's no space for that. So I think that women do need to think about that. Okay, do you want to continue on this rat race that really is not made for you? You can try. It's like trying to fit a circle into a square. You push and try, but it's not going to work. And that's why you see women, in large numbers depressed, right? Searching for their purpose. A lot of that is career women.
Yes.
But we're not supposed to say that.
Totally. I see that women that started their business, many times the ones that, not only because they are shy or introvert or they fear the camera or whatsoever, but many times even those who already are showing up but they don't feel comfortable or confident doing it, many times is because they came from corporate jobs that needed to corporate or 9-to-5 jobs, because there are plenty of jobs that you need to fill the boxes and be formatted in a certain way that they don't really understand who they are. They didn't make the inside work to understand their essence, and they don't feel comfortable sharing, not only because the fear of judgment, but because they don't know how to speak from their truth.
Yeah, because you get labeled.
And it's very related with that. It was so many years in that space that they don't know how to free themselves, open their wings and fly.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, you get labeled. You walk a fine line in a corporate environment, right? Because if you're too nice as a woman, then people want to take advantage in various different ways. You have this sexual harassment and different things that go on in the workplace. But if she's too strong and overbearing, because she's trying to match the environment and show that she's worthy, well, guess what? She gets labeled again. So she's always in this back and forth, and society is telling you, yes, go girl, go get the bag, this is empowering. But all around her, everything is falling apart, even in her personal life, because this role does not fit. Now, it may work for some, but the vast majority, it does not work. And they're just, biding their time.
Yes. Okay. So tell me, do you have a message you want to send to the women that are hearing you or will hear you after this?
Oh, wow. My message, I guess that would be, don't wait until you feel confident, because that's not going to happen. And I mentioned this, in my post today.
Yes, yes,
Confidence comes from doing. You have to go out there and do the thing that is scary. That's it. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to wait until everything feels aligned, the skies open up, and, the heavens rain down for me to start my business or, go to that next level in my business. No, it starts right now with you making that decision that that's what you're going to go after, and you go all in. And
yes.
don't wait for guarantees. There's no guarantees in this.
None, none. But we also don't have jobs, right? They say we have, but we don't.
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally, totally.
And then I would
Great.
say hire Andreia if you're scared of showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's time for me to
yeah.
go.
Tell me just where can women find you?
Facebook. That's my hangout. That's why it took me a while to come on here because I wasn't sure how to navigate
Oh,
Instagram. But Facebook, I have a group, and yeah. So reach out anytime you just want to connect or get some advice on your business. I have to go.
so thank you a lot.
Okay, thank you, Andreia.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Just let me see. Okay. Hope this brings you some joy, some clarity. If you are a mother, you sure need to follow along with Sutton, and she is mostly on on Facebook, and she has a group, as she was saying. I will ask her about the group. I don't have that information here. We connect mostly with our Facebook profiles, and she is very, very inspiring. And if you are a mother who wants, you landed here and you haven't started your business and want to handle motherhood and business, check Sutton. So see you soon. Bye bye.